I really like that from FlipSid. Getting 200 pass, and then obviously splitting connector through apps and ramp. They ended up crushing it, no problem.
And now we've got FlipSid trying to stay at range, going for mid control. Once again, Bondic with the early smoke in towards the window. As it is Crystal, who has not opted to buy anything because, of course, he wants that op out early. So he's just got the USP, but a P250's Deagle and a 5.7, as well as some armor for the rest of these guys. Taps in. I mean, he is kind of the pistol-wielding expert, trying to look out towards middle and find a frag. And, well, now smoke's going down. And actually, FlipSid have gone all the way off towards B. Everyone kind of, feigning that mid control, but now actually just sliding over towards B with the bomb. There is actually only one person there, and that will be Crisby. But taps him with the one dig out in middle will find Bondic.
So what we were talking about before, this guy is absolutely ridiculous with pistols, and the deagle just lands on. You see Crisby here did hear noise towards the end as FlipSid fan out onto the site, get that bomb planted, but it's Tabson again with the deagle, who just rips down. Well, that is going to return the favor, though, with this one tap, courtesy on FlipSid tactics. But the issue now is that they are falling behind in terms of manpower. It's been brought back to a 2-on-2. This should favor FlipSid. You can see the player back at bench is going to do work. That was World Edit, and it's all on Crystal. He gets picked off as he tries to retreat, and FlipSid do pick up a second round, but that was a lot closer than they were hoping for.
I like the smokes that not World Edit, but FlipSid are throwing. They're actually like really doing a great job creating suspicion at the other site, and they were holding rotate. So Penta did stack A in that situation, FlipSid walked B, and all they wanted to do there was make sure that nobody in window had any information at mid, just to leave some suspicion that it might be a similar either connector split or a simple mid take right off the bat. But a full walk B completely caught him off guard.
Yeah, and they did a pretty good job selling that with, like you said, with all the smokes, trying to act like they were just going for middle. And let's see, Strux is trying to run over to that ladder room to support. Tabson, actually, is there a gap there, or is he just getting very, very lucky? Well, actually not too lucky, as he will find the headshot, but then he catches a grenade on 2 HP, and yeah, not going to survive for too long after that. Strux will dodge that Molotov by jumping back up through the ladder room. Crystal will swap out for the better pistol. It goes for the P250. And once again, FlipSid are walking, now running over, playing on contact here towards the B side. It's just Crispy to hold on. And actually, is that Blade coming up count with an MP7? It is, and he'll bring down Strux. Bondic's going to get the entry there onto Crisby. And now it is a 2-on-4.
Well, good luck to Stavy and Crystal in this situation. They've only got a P250 between the two of them. Well, actually, you can add an SMG to that, because Stavy did just catch Blade completely unawares. He's been retaliated on. World Edit spot Crystal checking out. He's trying to steal the money from the cashier there, and he gets picked off. So FlipSid take the 3-0. But now Penta Sports are finally going to have themselves some rifles. Game on.
Yeah, it looked dominant, for the first couple of rounds, and they did a great job controlling rotates, but you are gamble stacking on those eco rounds, so there's something to be said about that. Going into this first rifle round, this is really is game time. Actually, it is World Edit to have the op instead of dab cost, but absolutely Crystal on the other team will be wielding his and picking a ramp. Not gonna spot anyone just yet though. Moving over to connector.
Well, once again, out towards B. FlipSid having gone there the last 2 times. Oh, Strux is actually just going to burn alive, and that's a terrible way to go. I guess he was hoping he could stay up on that bench, but it's not elevated enough. Or he lags out in the corner. It looked like he was moving
No,
and
he was
jumping. Yeah, so he just got a no steam on long after the fact. It burnt not only Strux, but also his Ethernet cables. So he'll be back. Hopefully that won't cause too much of an issue. And yeah, there he is, Strux already joining back, but had already died. So nothing really going to be changing on this round because of that disconnect. Always nice to hear. As World Edit will find Crisby with that op, but Crystal out of the window will get World Edit. Can he find the second shot? He cannot. Davkos with the AK moved up the catwalk and in towards ladder room.
Again, at least Penta in a 4-on-2, make it a 4-on-1. Stavy's going to try and do something here from the A site. Does get a couple of shots across, but he's only got an M4 and 10 HP versus Bondic and Markelov. And there is Bondic to seal it up nicely. And 4-0 already. That was the rifle round just being butchered from Penta. This is going to be so rough for them here, Launders. Like, what do? Do they go for the Force? Do they try and just upgrade pistols, I assume?
Yeah, you eat the 5-0. You really did just lose the rifle round pretty convincingly there. No sense in it. Like, yeah, at the end there, a couple of picks were made, and there were still only 2 players left. But FlipSid have already won a pistol, a couple of really successful eco rounds. So they're not too worried economically, and so that's not going to really incentivize Penta to try to spend too much money on a lucky round here.
Well, Blade will start it off strong, and that T side so far from FlipSid has been devastating. Stabby will, though, with the 5-7, push through and find Bondic, goes even further in, but World Edit is able to clean him up. Blade, meanwhile, also getting a frag onto Crystal. That will leave Crisby and Strux both coming over from the jungle connector areas, trying to push through the smoke and perhaps stop the bomb plant, but they see it, they don't, or they hear it, they don't see it, rather. So they will back off and now kind of post up for some exits here.
That pretty much is best case scenario right now. There's not many other options for them. And that CZ could definitely do work at close range, but now that that smoke is cleared, Crispy does get himself a pretty nice double top shot onto a Blade and picks that frag off. But again, it doesn't matter because FlipSid have got this round, as Launders said, because they've just won so many. Their economy's pretty healthy. They're looking pretty decent after this round to just replenish those weapons. They're going to keep the AWP in the hands of World Edit as well. And there we go, 5-0 for FlipSid. What a great start this has been.
Yeah, you just got to eat that loss. You lose the first rep round, that's it. So now they're going to go into this the sixth round here with another full buy, second opportunity. Obviously, full loss bonus in effect, and kind of just their best chance so far to win a round. That being said, I don't even know if did they force up in the second round? I don't think they did. So
Who, Penta?
yeah.
Yeah, they did. They went P250 armor, and Crystal just had a USP, and Tapson had a
Okay.
Deagle. So they did actually force up, so that has hurt their economy a little bit.
Yeah, mid control from Penta I thought would be a really great idea. Last time they let someone sneak up Cat all the way in the ladder room, kill their opera. This time around, looks like they are going to be fighting.
Yeah, well, fighting, but for a while there, they were fighting no one. FlipSid was kind of late to even make it out towards middle, but now Tapson will push up and find both World Edit and then Davcost. Crystal also still alive, just on 5 HP. He was also involved in the mid confrontation there. So Penta have done well to get aggressive here on the CT side.
They have to keep this up. You can't afford to let this slip, especially as the score currently 5-0. You can see Blade with 13 HP just hiding in the smoke. Tabson knows he's around this area, but unable to land anything through that. But still, Penta definitely in the driver's seat. Just have to hold on. You can see the bomb now maneuvering itself through T-spawn. Definitely the designation seems to be A. Bondic is there though in Palace. He's been spotted and fragged from Tabson, who gets his third of the round, starting to step up. This is a huge player as well. Talisman for Penta. If he starts to find his form, they can still pull this one back. It's still early days. Stabby lands the headshot onto Marklock and the second onto Blade. Very good round there for Penta, leaving themselves 5 players still standing. Just what they required.
Yeah, that's definitely the highlight there, leaving themselves an entire bye going into next round. So even if they lose this, they should be okay. They still might be slightly low, but overall, I mean, this is the best case scenario. That means that FlipSid really, really want to win this round, but even more than that, we'll most likely have to win the next 2 just to get a save again. So that was good mid control there. Here with Crystal opping window. World Edit might come out to peek him, but they're gonna have a smoke to help him get there. And mid control is now FlipSid. This was a problem for them for Penta on the first rifle round. Let's see if it's a problem for them again.
Yeah, 3 out towards the top of middle. You do have Bondic kind of lurking around in Palace. I mean, he can stay there and kill the rotators if FlipSid decide to go B with the other 4, or of course be one of the people splitting as Crisby jumping and spotting. Actually invincible. He's invincible.
He has his head down.
He's like Boris from GoldenEye.
You can tell they tried this. He's so confident that they just can't hit him. He doesn't have the jump side.
He's like looking down as well.
If Markov gets some more height though.
All right, I want to see some professional player all chat after this.
This is so awkward to watch.
How did he get hit for like 10 damage?
Because it was through the ledge.
Oh, it's in the ledge now. Makes sense. They've evolved.
This goes back to what we were saying before. In pro matches, it takes them longer to kill each other than it does when we're playing. If that was me,
I would instantly died to a running USP, a terrorist starting a game with a USP running. It would just instantly take me out.
You can see here that Strux is still alive though up there, and Penta have picked up their second consecutive round and only lost 1 player in the process.
I think
so
I'm uninstalling this game.
Yeah, I might join you.
I think they just threw them off with that. Like the entire round, they had Markov just trying to like hit this one dude jumping in the back of
Playing
B,
whack-a-mole.
Yeah, and they're just like, they're probably just talking about that for the last 40 seconds.
I mean, so were we, so.
That's that's something to get preoccupied by. It's hilarious. So I think whoever was on Balk there, Strux could have just like came out and wide peaked and just like wrecked Markolov while he's hypnotized by dude jumping in the back of the site. But
Crisby is going to abuse this or what?
I mean, why not, right?
I mean, you notice he was like looking down as well, so I don't know if that kind of changes his model's like its stance, which makes the head even harder to hit. I don't know. What's not hard to hit is Dav cost. Krista will take him out of the round. Crisby this time pushing forward will find Markolov. He was, I mean, after the stare battle of the last round, I'm sure that he knew that he would be there. Ooh, Blade. If that roof wasn't there, Blade might have been the first terrorist on the moon.
It's like he died on a trampoline. What the hell was that? His face planted the ceiling.
Suddenly 3 rounds for FlipSid in a row, or sorry, Penta in a row because they won that that second rifle. There was a save out, and now it's not so bad. 5-0 turns into 5-3. Kind of great start and a great comeback. And now both teams have a little bit of money. FlipSid though are likely to save next round if they don't win this, so it could actually even up if Penta can win another clean one. It seems like the last few rounds they've only lost a couple of players. Nice peek from Stavros.
Yeah, nice done, but you can see the retaliation push comes in, and Blade misses almost everything. He gets knocked off as well from Stavros, who's now in shadow. What an awkward play. And you can see the Blade completely separated from the rest of his team as well. He just charged in all by his lonesome. So he desperately needed to get at least one frag for the cavalry to arrive. But as it stands now, FlipSid are staring down their 4th consecutive defeat here on their T side. And as Launders said, this could very well turn into an eco, and we could be looking at an all-even affair again.
Wow, they actually ran back so quickly to B that they might be able to make the most of this. But Crisby has such a great spot here that, yeah, he's pretty much the perfect spot for him to anchor it. That might be the it for this round.
That, of course, is going to land the beautiful headshot onto Tabson.
Will
So
Crystal peek this?
Yeah, I feel like if Will Let It can pick off Crystal, they have a chance. If not, then this round's over because the time is ticking down. Look at Crisby's position as well. Perfectly placed. He does get traded out, but again, it's all about that time. The top of your screen, Will Let It can't connect the second shot or the third. And indeed, FlipSid will lose 4 rounds in a row and likely be ecoed up here against Penta.
Definitely a few critical moments there on that in that 2v5, but ultimately Penta come out with 3 people. Lots of money now. Suddenly, economy's back in their favor. The round score is about to be back in their favor, and they'll move into the round where they can take the lead with the favor. It's all falling into place for them. This is FlipSid's map pick, and so Solid T side is on the agenda, and there is still room and time for that. But they had a really great lead to start off, and now don't have probably the same confidence in the way they've won the previous rounds as they do moving forward. So they'll have to reinvent themselves a little bit, and there's a bomb drops in connector. Not a good way to start.
Definitely not a good way to start the round, although it is just a full-on eco. I mean, there's some upgraded pistols, but still the eco, and Strux up on top of the fence over these smokes on the catwalk will find World Edit as he tries to traverse the underpass. There will actually be a frag coming in. Strux will go down. Blade was there to find the kill, but Crisby to trade it out. Now Crisby in a bit of danger here from the Deagle, and also Bondic coming over the catwalk. Crystal to, though, come to the window and help out. And it was looking like this was going to be FlipSid running away with it, but just as fast as they got 5 in a row, Penta also got 5 in a row, and that's without, you know, the pistol round and the next 2 rounds included into it. So things are starting to turn around here. If Penta can continue to win out, they'll have a pretty solid CT half.
Yeah, a World Edit, wow, 13 frags. Actually, a huge reason why FlipSid had been able to win rounds in the first place. Leading by quite a bit. Almost 2 times the kills that any of his teammates do have. And I think we have, like, simply something similar to the pistol, except a bomb going A-ramp instead of underpass. Or maybe some type of default where Bondic actually works Palace and finds a pick. Stavros, though, also here. Don't know if Bondic expects it. And he comes out and he finds a trade, too. So from 2 kills to 2 entries on the next round. That's huge.
Oh man, that first kill, fair enough. The second one, I was sure he was going to get picked off. And there we go, finally Crystal has connected it onto Bondic. He's been having a very slow game until this round. He was the top player in terms of stats coming into this one, and he's the bottom fragger so far. But there we go. Davkos is going to get himself that frag onto Crystal, and Crispy is all that remains. It's a beautiful pop flash. Does connect the first. I don't think he realizes the bomb's just ahead of him on top of the stairs. As soon as he finds that out, he may try and relocate here. There we go. He's just got that information. He's picked off the frag as well onto Davkos.
he heard it.
Yeah. It's like, what is going on?
So awkward.
How does he not?
Crispy nearly pulled off a sick clutch there.
I mean, how do you not hear that?
I think he maybe heard it too much.
He must have been people talking or something. That's crazy. This isn't land. Like, you can hear stuff like that. I mean, it was an op like 2 feet behind him. 2 feet valve space.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to me, that sounded like it was actually just like in the center of my head.
That's
But-
so awkward. You see that? Tabson jumped in front of Crystal. He tried to AWP let it, and he got wrecked as a result. so awkward.
I'm sure some words were had after that. Strux is maybe happy, though. He's been able to pick up the op. And a trade did come out the other way. World that it has gone down, Tapson was able to at least find that out. So even though, I don't know, I guess it's still advantage for FlipSid. They've got a 4-on-4 right now. They're slowly working things out towards B again. Markelov seems to be the man with that job time and time again. But he, well, actually, is Crispy on the catwalk, or did he push up in the apartments? He's on the catwalk, okay. So it'll be Strux on the back B plat.
Yeah, he was peering into there for a second, but actually dropped back down again to play a bit safer, I guess. But he does have that up, jumping back up again. He has been tagged down to 2. So I think he's got tagged through the wall there. But it's Tabson who elsewhere is going to be getting some bloodshed. Bondic does reply back. Seems like he's finally starting to shift through the gears, and that's going to keep the CTs in limbo. They now have to send someone across to try and deal with him. Meanwhile, Markelov is claiming himself mid with the frag onto Crispy. Bondic has been shut down, but the flashbangs roaring in onto CT boxes. Tabson can't afford to go in just yet. Throws the grenade over. Only going to do minimal damage to Davkos. That Molotov will not stop the bomb plant either. And now Davkos does take quite a bit of damage, in fairness, from that. But you can see that both Penta Sports players are very, very low. Tabson spots Davkos on the Tetris, but still gets picked off. And now Strux with the aforementioned 2 HP is going to have to come in with the AWP, pull off some crazy shots here.
Wow.
And he doesn't check every single corner, and that will be to his detriment. FlipSid finally get themselves back on the board again, 2 rounds in a row.
I don't even think that I knew that spot existed in Connector. I wouldn't even think to stand there. But I will from now on. So that worked out really well. But yeah, I think that was going to be... I thought that round was still Penta's in the 2v2 until the bomb went down and Dav got the Tetris. If they were able to stop them coming up Connector, that would have been a whole different round, obviously, even though the health advantage went the way of FlipSid. Yeah, sometimes that's the risk of playing the retake. You lose out on some of the benefits of going in early.
Oh, no
with
way.
A repeat.
Caught out with the smoke, able to pull out the gun, repeak, and get the kill on the Blade. And now Stabby from behind that first box will find Bondic and also Davkos. It will be Markelov who is able to come out and finally get Stabby out of the round, but it leaves Penta with the 3-on-2 advantage right now.
Terrible smoke.
Yeah, smoke was, well put, Launders, was terrible.
Got to call it as you say it. That doesn't do anything. I don't even know who threw that, to be fair. I mean, I'm assuming it was the CT boxes. All right. You can see there, Crystal, from his perspective, does not bother him in the slightest. And with the bomb not being planted as well, you know, that failed smoke could cost FlipSid the round, like straight up, because they can't do anything with that anymore. And you can see that Crystal took this opportunity to push on in. He does dink one of those players, but Crispy is going to return regardless. Markelov, your last remaining terrorist play, he's looking in the wrong direction, of course, unbeknownst to him. The last 2 are coming from behind, and one of those is Strux from Palace. And Penta do pick up the round. That smoke just cost them big.
Yeah, 2 players in CT could have blocked that off, got the bomb down. The apps flank though would have been huge, hard to deal with for sure. And now we're turning to the point where rounds are getting split. They're going a little bit more back and forth, coming towards the end of the half, fighting for the numerical win with the 8 rounds here. Penta in a great position to tie up once again, earn themselves another save from FlipSid. Full no nades, no armor. Just some upgraded pistols.
All right, so Round 14. Yeah, just the pistols here for FlipSid as they want a solid chance in the last round. Already FlipSid have done well for themselves. They have the lead here going into this round. It should be Penta tying it up, of course, and looks like it will be for sure as Markelov and Dafkas have already gone down. Strux looking out to find another. Wadic actually does get a kill. Stabby coming across with the P90, and now the game is tied 7-7 going into the last round of the half. Who will take it? That all comes down to this.
Yeah, it is interesting, just considering how one side of the halves have been both ways. Literally 5-5, 2-2, and a single round left here. I think in terms of patterns, it would only make sense for FlipSid to win this round, but I don't think that means much. Crystal does have his off. That is a pretty big advantage. That, and I think that FlipSid having the off in the first few rounds, and World Edit getting like 13 kills in the first like few rounds means that off had an impact. But oh, Strux might get crushed on boost here. Oh no, Blade actually takes him down from underpass.
Yeah, trading out the frags there. Strux was caught in no man's land as soon as he picks up that first frag. There's Crystal with the flick onto Davkost, who is residing around the mid boxes. World Edit is there as well with the AK-47. And surely from this position here, Joey, you're expecting Penta to just lock out this round. They got the player advantage, they have the open play, they still have a bit of utility and defuse kits.
Yeah, you would expect it. 4-on-3, nice advantage. Time is starting to get low, and I think with the bomb rotating over towards A the way it's going, by the time it gets to ramp, walking like it is, it'll pretty much be forced onto the A site. And that leaves, who is that, Blade over there in the B apartments in kind of an awkward spot. He's not really in a position where he can help out his team. So it's basically a mini 2v2 over here on the A site. Unless Blade... Okay, now coming in through the underpass, he'll be able to go up connector. Although it does look like... I think there is Crisby out there on the catwalk. And Bondix is just going to be taken down from Tabson as he tries to work his way out of the palace. World Edit going to try to plant in front of the triple box here. There is a player moving up on him. I believe that is... well, it's both Tabson and Stabby coming up through CT. World Edit, though, very smart. Going to hop up on the box and take them both down. Both of those CT players into the one-on-one. Crystal coming through. Does he have the information that he's low? Looks like he does, as he is wielding that 5-7. And that'll be Penta. Round coming closer than it probably should have been, but that was a good play by World Edit to go on the box. And Penta will win the half. Good comeback there for them to get 8-7.
Yeah, huge effort. And I guess it's actually more fitting that Penta won it, because that would make it a more even split on the rounds. Going into the second half, as they were on CT side. A little bit more to prove on CT side than on T side. What do you think, Metuz?
Sorry, I lagged out horribly. Could you say that again?
I was just saying, even though it seemed like it just looking at the pattern of rounds, FlipSid. No, I wasn't talking trash, mate. But I will wreck you.
I'm sorry. I just got like a massive lag spike. I thought my internet had dropped completely.
Yeah, that's what I say every time I die.
True. I use that as well quite a lot. So are you saying it should be easier for our FlipSid on the CT side?
I was saying that it just made sense that Penta won that round on the CT side, even though it seemed like they were splitting rounds throughout the half. It was like really even, 7-7. But because Penta were on CT side, them winning that round like just completely makes it just like a 50-50 half. Though they probably could have used maybe a couple more rounds. I think they're still in this. I think both teams are still very in this.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that. I think 8-7 Mirage is the kind of map where you can still put down a lot of work on either side. So, I mean, coming into this second half, I do feel that FlipSid are generally a stronger team on their CT side. I think generally they're happier to be more static kind of players and hold angles. And this is where the likes of Bondic really start to shine. So I will say I still slightly favor FlipSid, but absolutely Penta is still in this map, no doubts at all.
I mean, look at Tabson's stats. 5 first kills for Penta. That's very nice. And he'll maybe have an opportunity to grab some more first kills where they might even be more important now that he's moved over to the Terra side. He had 112 ADR, and it looks like dead on, and I guess fairly obvious for even the people watching, that Tabson and Crystal, as we highlighted the star players for the team, standing out here in this match. Although not immediately. It was looking very rough, but Penta was able to adjust pretty nicely and kind of going back and forth there towards the later end of the half. But FlipSid, who is on top there? World Edit with 106 ADR about, so not a bad performance from either of these sides. And like you said, probably still going to be pretty close coming into the second half now.
Yeah, I think this pistol, as ever, is super, super important. And as a tradition in our TriCast, as soon as this pistol's over, we're going to have to jump into some predictions as well. I think this is going to be
It's gonna
a hard
one.
This one's gonna be really hard.
This is
We
probably the
might have to
hardest.
push this back a few rounds.
Watch, we'll all say like 16-12 or plus, and then it'll probably be like 16-8.
Yeah, knowing our luck. But this is normally, I would say pistols in this kind of situation aren't too important because I still feel there's a lot of gaming to be done on this map. But the way that FlipSid play, if they win this pistol, I can see them actually taking a pretty big lead.
I think in terms of stats, there hasn't been a single prediction where one of us hasn't been within one round.
Yeah, we've
being
always
correct.
been somewhat close.
Which I don't even know if there's anything to be proud of, too.
I don't think so, since
But-
there is 3 of us.
There's 3 of us, and it's after the second pistol in the second half.
But this round, though, you can see that no one's fallen early on. So still all 10 players alive, all 10 players are healthy. We still have a lot of grenades on the battlefield as well. And here we go. The set play is coming onto A, Joey.
That it is. Smoke down. This time it's a good one for the CT spawn. Bondic tries to go up on the box, thinking about going over Ticket. Oh, and Blade positioning himself nicely. We'll be able to see them cross. And it's actually Bondic from CT who will find Stabby. Strux wants to push it. Bondic and World Editor are both holding on. They kind of know what's coming. The terrorist always at that point will try to pop flash and go through that smoke to take control of CT. And FlipSid sets up very, very nicely while waiting for that to happen. And even though the bomb goes down, Crystal probably going to be unable to... I was about to say a 1v4, but it turns out Bondic's still alive. World Edit as well. They total to 3 HP there. With the bomb being defused.
Yeah, nothing Crystal can really do there. He was smoked off. Very unfortunately gets picked off afterwards anyway. Just that insult to injury, and there's FlipSid. So, this is probably the hardest prediction ever. I'm going to put you in the spot here, Launders. Get Rex on. What do you reckon?
Okay. I think FlipSid... I'm gonna have to go with, let's see, do some 16. I think I said 16-13. I don't know if it's, yeah, I'm gonna go with 16-12. I'm gonna go with 16-12 on
I
this
think
one.
we might all be going with 16-12.
For FlipSid, I
For
see.
FlipSid.
How about you, Joey? What do you reckon?
I don't know. I'll pick 16-13. Why not? Got to be different. Got to stand out from the
I'm
pack.
going to say 16-11 then.
All right. So, see, we can't even be wrong, really. We've pretty much covered
All
everything.
the outcomes possible, so.
Well, this round not expected to go well for Penta as they, I think, did any of them actually go for some Kevlar? I thought I maybe noticed some. Obviously, they planted the bomb in the first round, so you generally don't want to, so that you can buy up here going into round 18, where it actually might be a bit difficult. I mean, if the MP9 from Davkos stays around, I mean, he's got more than enough to upgrade. It looks like World Edit will just go ahead and pull out the op. So there goes one of those pistols as World Edit opping here on the CT side. Maybe playing it off at the spawn or just wanting to take it towards A, because Davkos is heading off over towards B.
He did on T side as well, so I just wonder if maybe we're having a switch up here on our flip side. Maybe this is a map that Davkos doesn't favor the AWP. That does happen from time to time.
It could just, like Metuz, it could just, like, literally be that he's not feeling it.
Yeah, it's pretty
I've
hard.
heard that
Yeah.
so many times from players, like, if I'm not feeling it, I'm just going to give the op to this guy. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know, every day you aim at people. Just some days your bullets don't bore you.
You aim a little worse. Oh, man,
And that's
is
where
not
the
going
additional
well.
bullets help. Yeah, it's not going well at all for Penta, is it? And this is after saving up a couple rounds to make sure they could afford these weapons, and they're getting completely smashed. M4 sprayed out from Davkos. He drops the AWP, picks up the M4, and does work. 2 kills here. Blade is moving in. This is important. He does get himself picked off, but significant damage done to Strux. 4 HP left to his name. And that Molotov will keep him at bay for a few more seconds. That's a beautiful flashbang. He's still somehow alive. And has just been picked off. I was getting a bit too hyped there. I should have realised he's got 4 HP, Vince. He's going to die. 10-8.
Yeah, it was getting a little bit
Bye.
tight there at the end.
Bye, Counter-Strike.
Oh, no problem.
It crashed for you?
I didn't want you open anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, there's some blatant crashes these days. Or just like closes, no warning, no rhyme or reason. But yeah, not missing much. Penta just lost there, and didn't get a bomb plant either. So, oh, and it was kind of an early force up, so a little bit of a risk. But they did have the plant in the first round, so it made sense. Now we'll just be saving, looking to move on into next round. And hopefully we'll get a bomb plant. That's really what they want.
Yeah, that is the dream right now.
Single flash on our boy Stab.
I guess that's another cool thing about the FlipSid lineup as well. If one of the oppos isn't feeling it, you can always drop it to, World Edit or Markolov if needs be. So it's always nice to have that versatility. But as I'm speaking, no huge surprises. It's Tabson with the P250. Does work once again. World Edit, the man at the forefront for FlipSid, is going to pull back a frag at least. But there's 2 weapons in the hands of Penta. The issue is they have no Kevlar on those weapons, one of which was Crispy. He's been CZ'd down from Davkos, who only had a CZ from the beginning of the round, is now going to transition across to the M4 as well. And now Penta in all sorts of trouble. But again, we kind of said at the start of the round the dream was a bomb plant, and at least they've got a couple frags on the board. Are you back in yet, Joey? Is the game still giving you problems?
Yeah, I'm back in.
Cool.
Sorry about that, guys. Didn't even give me an error message. Normally it's like, can't find string P90 index or something like bogus. It literally just closed. It was like, see ya, I'm tired. Taking a nap. Like, all right.
That's what I mean. It just closes sometimes. I don't know why.
I've not heard the word bogus since Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Well, there you go.
Bogus, dude.
It's a good movie. I should actually rewatch. I haven't seen it in so long. I need some wisdom from Socrates in my life.
Socrates?
I guess. Have you guys not?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I was saying Launders thinks I'm an idiot. Vince
No,
is laughing because that was a good
I
reference.
assumed it was a joke from the
Yeah.
show, but
Launders probably just assumes I'm an idiot anyways, but it's like, why do I have to cast with this guy all the time again? Who knows? World Edit with the op. Again, I guess that goes with the conversation you were already having. We've seen Davcost pass it off a few times. Might not be feeling it. I remember one of the fans for FlipSid was saying Davcost ops on the... I thought he was saying the CT side and World Edit still the T side. Maybe it was the other way around, but I think it's more of what Launders has pointed out. Just maybe not feeling it today. Maybe FlipSid have made a slight change internally. But here we go into an important rifle round, round 20. FlipSid starting to maybe pull ahead. They got 4 rounds in a row. Penta, though, coming out with a pretty full round here.
Yep, AKs with utility. The execute seems to be coming in. That's a pretty nice smoke. It keeps Blade, but they don't check the spot. He gets 2 and nearly a third, but does so much damage to Struck, so he has no hope of clutching this round. On FlipSid, they're stamping their foot down again, but I'm seeing the pattern repeat itself, Launders. They got the first 5 rounds on their T side and then lost the next 5. Let's see if Penta can pull it back.
yeah, and it's a different beast having to do it on the T side. Or we do have a comment from the Peanut Gallery. Hey, caster nerds. World Edit is the primary opera for FlipSid again. Confirmed on Blind Extreme last night. Made an account just to educate you. Deal with it.
Right.
I'm dealing with it just fine. I'm sorry I wasn't tuned into Bond Extreme last night.
I know.
So,
And
you
we're
know,
such scrubs for not being in like multiple places at once.
I should have been multi-twitched every single pro player stream and rebroadcast last night, but
At 5 a.m. last night.
instead the Phantom Pain came out and I'm busy farming gross military product and Metal Gear. So what are you gonna do?
I just love the start to that message. Hey, caster nerds. 10 out of 10.
I mean, we're nerds. I accept it. We
true.
literally talk about video games.
I embrace it.
All the
It's all
time.
good.
Yeah, I watch hentai.
You are?
There you go. Definitive nerd. 4 on 3. I hope that gets you some tweets. If you want to send tweets at Launders, he's the CS boxer there on the overlay in the
I
bottom
think
left.
I said it wrong.
Maybe. I feel like you were close
Oh.
enough. That was quite a flash.
That flash
Strux
is beautiful.
Christ.
taken out of the
Trick
round.
shot.
Davy with a nice one. That was a Bondic trying to jump up into the box. Davy reacted very quickly, but Davcost was there to bring him down, and it does not look like the pattern is going to be repeating itself. This will be now 6 in a row for FlipSid as they make that retake into the A bomb site.
Oh man, FlipSid are starting to run away with this. This is 6 in a row?
See,
Yeah.
this is,
6
I
and
called
then-
it. I said we're all going to make predictions to keep it tight through the whole game, but it's actually just going to end 16-8. So,
So doesn't that mean that we are right?
yeah, we're still right.
Okay. Base is covered.
See, as long as you just say a whole lot of things, we can never really be wrong.
Yeah, like the Hunchback dude.
What?
That was his deal, right? Nostradamus just made like millions of predictions,
Oh, I
and
guess.
people only remember the right ones.
Wasn't aware
I
he
love
was,
the way you
wasn't aware he was a
hunchback.
hunchback.
That hunchback dude.
I was like, Quasimodo? Like, what? I don't think he made any predictions. That was actually one of the saddest stories I've ever read. The Disney movie's a lot happier than the actual book. Just a heads up.
Yeah, being lonely when you don't want to be lonely isn't fun, guys.
That's why we watch Bondix stream, right? So we can just
That's why
feel
we
included.
TriCast.
And why we TriCast. So, Penta, they've got the first kill on the round, and now the second. Things are starting to turn around here.
Oh, smart on Tapson to chase that kill there. They needed that.
Yeah, important killers leaves Davkos in a position he has to push in. There's the first one. He retains all of his HP as well in the process. Does get tagged up from window. Look at Bondic though. If he plays this perfectly, he could bag himself a bunch of frags. Gets the first, not the second. And he has been stepping up since the first half. I mean, he was rock bottom for a long time. Now 12 and 16. Davkos last player. And, I mean, his chances are slim to none really here. Just
Yeah.
looking for the exits, I guess.
Just about. Yeah, Nick's is totally fine eating this loss. I mean, he could hang out and try to get some kills. I mean, they don't want to chase him, to be fair. I mean, actually, a couple of players are pretty low on FlipSid. It seemed like maybe a couple of the connector splits that Penta were trying to pull off earlier on a couple of rounds ago came close, apart from really nice holds. Map control was there, like stage 1 of the plan fell into place, but then they couldn't close out the round. Or, I mean, I guess even get the bomb down in a couple of situations, so credit to FlipSid, but Penta leave that round with 2 players alive, can drop a couple of guns. Obviously, Tapson just rebuying for himself. And FlipSid, with a strong lead, can really destroy them here, just winning this round. Penta really are spending all their money. This might be the most important round of the game, kind of like the round for Penta.
Yeah, I mean, this
Definitely
is
get
going to be
me on that.
nice. That it's going to get them back into the double digits here as long as they can survive this op of world edit. And I guess some of the pistols of FlipSid will still pose a danger since they're on the CT side.
I wonder how they're going to try and execute onto this. Like, do they realize the economic situation of FlipSid? Because they're just kind of filtering out as though they would if FlipSid had full weapons here. And this could play into World Edit as well. If they go single file and try and peek them one at a time, World Edit could start to rattle off those shots. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Crystal
Kenny
gets
has
himself
would've hit
picked
that.
off. Just saying.
Every time.
I think Envious got beat today, didn't they? They got wrecked off Virtus Pro.
I was sleeping,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I was also sleeping, but when I checked HLTV this morning to look at some stats for this game, I just saw a bunch of threads of Envious toggled ? So I assume they played today.
Hello, Crispy. And then the Molotov afterwards.
Oh, no!
Don't you still burn if you're on that?
I think so. I mean, he had to try something, I guess. That oven got turned on, man. Preheated while he was inside. That was rough. And now Davcost. It's actually like a wood fire, like brick oven. You can make a pizza under there with the Molotov. It'd be great. It'd be delicious. Davcost.
Bondic pizza.
Yeah. Well, Stabby to get Davcost. So they do survive. I mean, the one op shot there, and then another kill coming across. So 2 members of Penta go down, but winning on the T side now, 2 in a row. Not going to be too big of a deal. Also planting the bomb. But another rifle round coming out. A little underfunded. I mean, you see 2 FAMAS, but mainly going for these FAMAS so that Bondic and Blake can, of course, still bring the grenades to the table.
And what looks like a quick full A take. I wonder how long they'll take to execute here. If there's no smoke down, if they'll just throw them right away, and it looks like they might. Bondic, though, throwing a smoke in apps. Yeah, they know there's something at ramp still. 3 players in the site, no mid control taken. This is your classic Mirage round.
Yeah, here come the hail of smokes. Blade has seen all of these coming about. Strux is going to get picked off. Bondic holds down the trigger. Good couple of frags for FlipSid. With the FAMASs, they still have the AWP that can come in from World Edit, who is just hiding around the location. Stevie, though, does answer back with a frag of his own. Molotov forces Blade into a precarious position, and Tabson will take him down. So good retaliation from the terrorists, and now a 3-on-3. The bomb is filtering out onto the site. Oh, World Edit misses a shot. I thought he definitely would have landed. I'm not entirely sure how that missed, but regardless, the rest of FlipSid are doing their work. Tabson's ult remains. 1v2, bomb down.
Yeah, behind the first box here in the site. This one not as spammable since you got those kind of missile crates there, so he'll maybe be able to give some repeeks. But they're kind of both standing in the open, just giving the double peek. He tries to pull off the gun to the right. I'm going to peek left. That's totally a flash turn around. Doesn't quite work out, though. They both stay focused. They both live through the round, and they will get that bomb defused.
Yeah, they just literally out-patience in there, and you're watching and thinking, all right, just chill for a minute, as they haven't even started to come up yet. But not capitalizing on anything there as they just hold both sides of the box, 2 players alive. Good patience from FlipSid there, but man, no, that shot from World Edit right through him. Right through the chest. He might have moved, but that's the only thing we can't see on the screen.
Kind of unfortunate there for Penta, though, at the end. Yeah, that 1v2, you can see Tabson was desperate to try and make some plays happen. Very nervous potentially of the HEs, or potentially even a Molotov that could fall by his feet. We can see now that Stavy, with just a Tech 9, they have a decent enough buy-up from Penta, but they're going to have to make every single shot count here. FlipSid on the brink of taking this first map. Their choice of map, it should be said. Inferno will be map number 2. And Bondic is going to open up things nicely and picks up his 14th frag. And right there, Penta now have to funnel down mid. 3 plays here. World Edit has consistently been around Connector. He does see a player scamper to the left-hand side. It's going to be called to the rest of his team. The question is he going to be expected to be pushed from Connector itself? Doesn't look like that's going to happen with the smoke being down. Meanwhile, Markov is opening up. There's World Edit. Beautiful crossfire down from FlipSid. And, well, that should be the round going their way as well. Just Stabby remains.
Well, this was a very important round for Penta and for Vince, and his prediction being on the line. Could have got out to 11 rounds. You could have been the man of the hour.
I completely forgot about that.
You could still be right, potentially.
Yeah, Joey made me check out because after 6 rounds, he was like, okay, Penta, it's going to be 16-8. It made me feel like he was right about that.
It's all about confidence.
We were wrong, and now Penta got 2 rounds, but did lose that round. That round was pretty key for me, too, if this was going to be some sort of sort of pull for 2 rounds in a row. But yeah, another force up here. They honestly, Penta should have probably saved last round, but they were playing to win.
Yeah, exactly. Playing to win, maybe not as confident that they could take a full-on eco, get them to match point, and take 5 in a row. I mean, they did do 5 in a row on the CT side, but it's a bit of a different beast the other way around, trying to open things up on the T side. But World Edit has taken a lot of damage. Forced back from the window, and Dav cost. That's, well, wow, he actually gets 2. I didn't even notice the first guy. Crisby will be in there to find the trade. That leaves FlipSid with the advantage here on the CT side. 4-3. The bomb going to be picked up and starting to back off. I think it's coming down through Underpass to group up with Tabson, and they can fight that man in Connector. That will be Blade for FlipSid.
Oh, only a smoke and 2 flashes with 55 seconds, and they've both just been eliminated as Blade gets the frag. Oh, the freeze. So,
nah,
FlipSid.
It's an illusion, Michael.
It was only on your screen, dude.
It's an illusion.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I was getting some lag spikes earlier, so yeah, I will go with that. Crystal and Tabson, no utility. They do have the bomb, so it's a slight saving grace, but
do you think you have any chance of winning this round?
I'm going to say no. Just throwing it out there.
Penta's got it 100%, I believe. Bondic will fight Crystal, now it is just Tabson with the Galil. He's got the Galil! Just got to believe in the Galil, and good things will happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So, I mean, still not a bad performance from Penta. They show that they can obviously compete. 16-10 is not, of course, the worst scoreline. So I think that's going to give them some hope now when they flip things around to their map pick of Inferno.
Yeah, that's pretty much the worst scoreline. It's like right in the middle of all of our predictions.
Yeah, we're all over as well. So on the Price is Right rules, we have failed.
Not impressed.
But I don't know, anything standing out there? World Edit, obviously. World Edit and Davcost having a really good game. Bondic, surprisingly, kind of they're at the bottom with 15 frags. Blade, I guess the IGL a little lower, or more deaths, which I guess is fine, but still 15 kills along with Blade. Markelov is kind of in that position. He's actually usually in that position. He was still positive on the kill, so not too bad. So I think there maybe Penta could definitely have a little more to worry about if Bondic also comes up with a really big game here on Inferno this next map.
Yeah, he definitely turned up at a certain point because he was like 2-11 or something, and then he got like 2 really nice entries. Then he started to get more confidence back. Turned up, got another couple 2Ks, and started to do a lot better. So maybe that was a big warm-up map for him. He's not used to what we're seeing. I mean, keeping in line with the few maps that he has played, he has done extremely well. So this is probably the first time that he hasn't done really well, even though his team won.
I feel like
fair to say.
On top of that as well, it shows the versatility of FlipSid. The fact that Davkos drops the AWP, picks up the M4, still drops a 20 bomb. A lot of AWPers are very, very single-minded. Yeah, exactly, when it comes to using that rifle. So the fact he can do that, and then we'll let it picks up the AWP and drops himself, 26, 27 frags, I think, at the end, just goes to show how strong this lineup is across the board. So I think FlipSid, they're in good shape. But Inferno, of course, Penta's choice of map is going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next map, and we'll get there in just a second, guys. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do, just to mention one thing here. If you want to get involved working with CEVO and casting, producing, a video editor, or even one of the in-game cameramen, you can do so. Head over to CEVO.com/jobs, and you can browse the open positions and apply. So we look forward to hearing you, and we look forward to you guys returning here to the stream for our next match. We will, of course, have this map 2. And FlipSid versus Penta, and then another series later on in the day, Team Dignitas versus Penta. So doubleheader of Penta and Pro League action. Stay tuned to the stream. We'll be right back.